Islam has started strange, and it will come back strange. فَطُوبَى لِلْغُرَبَاءِ.
No.
So that tidings to the ghuraba, to the strangers.
Strange.
This is from the Prophet ﷺ. So challenges, or difficulties that you have faced while you're trying to be upon, whether it's community or family members or relatives, and how did you deal with that? Or how are you dealing with that if you still go through these things?
I'd say for me, the biggest thing is lack of knowledge, lack of beneficial knowledge. Because once you have knowledge and understanding, almost anything that comes against you or comes to you, if it's against the Quran and the Sunnah, it's like almost meaningless. Somebody says something, somebody does something, it's almost meaningless because it's like you have the knowledge and it goes against what they're doing, The challenge is being in America. That's the biggest challenge. That's one big challenge. And then also being at a point almost addicted to social media and the dopamine and the instant gratification of certain things, wanting to feel a part of something, wanted to feel like desired or wanted or in any aspect of life, friends, family, anything. So it's like, because, just times where I may have had that knowledge and stuff or certain understandings of my religion, but at times feeling lonely and wanting or going and getting the wrong types of gratification or the wrong types of friends or certain things like that, But I've realized after standing up for what's right and knowing more about my religion, then it's like anything that happens, it's easier for me to go against it because I know that Allah said it for a reason and Allah is going to help me and aid me in moving forward, So when you go and seek the happiness of people.
Yeah, that's a hadith actually too.
Yes.
Yeah, as well.
You will never be happy and the people won't be happy with you. Yes. When you seek the happiness of Allah, and people are going to love you and be happy with you and see the beauty in you, because we're here to worship Allah. So if we go and do everything to worship Allah, every single thing that you could ever need or want will come to you. And you're going to be surprised. You're going to be so surprised at certain things that happen in your life. Like, subhanAllah, if you ever feel as though you don't know how you're going to get to another place, if you are in a place where it almost seems impossible to get out of it or impossible to anything rectify it, look at the sky. The one who created the sky is also the one you should be begging, and he's the same one, Allah, who can rectify any affair, So
I would to extrapolate from his point of view, when you say challenges, I've been traveling for business for nearly 3 years now, and in the start of this journey, I would definitely say I was not as strong as I am today. In that stride of my pursuit, it's very, very worldly driven. I want these financial goals. I want these kind of friends. It didn't even matter. Muslim friends. I just wanted these kind of friends who were in this tax bracket so that I can hear the things that they talk about, learn the things that they're doing, put myself there. And then Allah gave me that. Was it for the better for me? Or was it a test? It was a test. Because now, again, 3 years later, I've realized that they have never given me anything that would have gotten me closer to Allah. Nothing. Maybe nothing. I can't think of anything that they've actually given me that would have been beneficial except for what Allah has given me, which is the understanding of what I so desired, but it didn't really serve me. And so I would say that the biggest challenge is when you follow your desires. That's where it starts. And then the second thing that made it very difficult, because I never ever strayed completely away from my religion. So I still tried to, make my presence known whatever city that I went to, try to go to the masjid, to just let them know that I'm a new Muslim in this community. I'm only going to be here for X amount of time, etc. But then I started to realize that even though I grew up in a Salafi community, not everyone is Salaf.
SubhanAllah.
And I didn't really understand that because I didn't know, really, to be honest. I just didn't really realize it.
You brought. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you just brought up a very good point.
Yeah.
Just because you claim Salafiyya or you're in a community that's upon the Salaf, that doesn't give you the certificates
or the license that you are
Yeah.
There is brothers who claim Salafiyah,
None.
or they claim they follow the Quran and Sunnah, but then through their manners, through their actions, you can see that they have a long way to go.
Yeah. Even through the
Barakallahu
madhab, like it's very clear the way that they are, And so that was a big challenge for me, especially when you're weak inside of your ilm. When you don't know enough, you'll take from someone because they may appear as it, but they don't walk like it. They don't speak like it, like you mentioned. And that was a huge challenge for me because when you're in business, you're constantly moving. You're trying to answer questions. You're trying to answer this, do that, and you gotta always problem solve and complete these tasks. And there's a lot of things going, and you don't necessarily, when you go to slow down and go to the masajid, and you're looking for people who are upon the sunnah, and they're really not, but that's all you have at the moment, you'll take from them. And that's what's really, you really need to be conscious of that. And so I would say, like, my challenges were that I don't have companions. Like, even till this day now, I only have really 4 friends, and I can mention them because they're very good friends of mine and they're upon the sunnah, and I choose to keep my circle tight because there's so much out there societal wise that will pull you away from what you're striving for. And I would say your circle is extremely important. And my circle beforehand used to be very corrupted. I had, Muslim friend, maybe 1 or 2, but then I had way more kuffar that were inside of my circle than I did them. So where do you think my influence came from? You think the 2 friends that are here, or 100 of these friends? Even if these 2 friends, their iman is super, super strong, sometimes it cannot outweigh volume. And I realize that. So you have to shed away some of the people that are not good for you, because sometimes, again, you may think something is best for you, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has something way beyond what you think. Allah is of the best planners. So whatever plan you think that you have for yourself, whatever desire you think you want for yourself, Allah knows best for you. So you have to trust and put faith inside of that, and go to really self-reflect on your environment, self-reflect on the things that you're partaking in, and realize that you may think that, but you don't know that person's intention. You don't know where their heart is. You don't know what they're saying about you when you're not there. Again, in our religion, we're taught to give your brothers and sisters excuses. The kuffar, they don't move this way. They don't think this way. So why would you put yourself inside of an environment where you already know fundamentally they don't align with you? So, that was the challenges that I was struggling with, because I was so wrapped up into business and trying to accomplish these worldly goals that I didn't necessarily realize when it came down to it.